Hello and welcome to Go Healthy FSC. I'm Maggie Sutton. We'll keep you updated on fitness tips, healthy eating, and college life. Running has become a very popular exercise in recent years. Shauna Bober tells us how to run in the proper way.
Running is a great way to stay in shape, but many people run the wrong way. David Tomchinsky, an FSC track and cross-country star, talks about how you should run.
Pretty much you don't want to cross your arms as much, and the reason for that is you're using unnecessary energy. You kind of want to run like a plumb line, just a straight line from your heels. You want to lean in from your heels, and it's just going to be pretty much a straight line through your hips. And with your hands, you don't want to grip them like that. Like they say, act like you're holding a donut.
Running form is important, but the type of shoe you run with is just as crucial.
If you're looking for shoes for good running form, you want anything from like a 6mm drop to a 0mm drop, which means instead of having that pitch, you're almost flat to the ground. Shoes like Newton's would be helpful because it's a 0 drop shoe and they actually put lugs on the forefoot, so it kind of becomes like a target for you to hit the ground. Shoes like 5-finger shoes, like a protective barrier if you were to run off-road, so your feet can strengthen themselves. Your body actually uses its own muscles to stop you from overpronating.
The proper running technique and proper running shoes are essential to getting the most physically from a run, but you also need to prepare yourself mentally.
Right, so running should be fun. And at times I realize that the reason it's not fun is because I'm doing it improperly, or I'm trying to push myself too hard or something like that. But sometimes it's not fun just because I'm in the wrong attitude. One of the things that I always try to do is remind myself that I should be smiling. And so I try to smile when I run. It seems ridiculous, but it just helps me reframe the run. When you have proper form and when you've kind of got the mental discipline of realizing that, hey, my body can do this, this is fun, running all of a sudden just transforms. It's not an odious task anymore.
The most important thing to remember is that there is no perfect running form, that everyone is different. Try to remember not to swing your arms, to land mid-foot, and to have fun with it. For Go Healthy FSC, I'm Shauna Bober.
Remember that running in the proper form and wearing the right shoes can prevent many injuries. We all know that nicotine and caffeine are addictive, but what about cell phones? Nomophobia is the new name to cell phone addiction. Katie Becker asks students if they are addicted.
Cell phones have made an impact in today's society, more of an impact than most of us realize. Could our cell phones possibly be an addiction, especially to college students?
I check my phone probably once every 5 minutes.
I check my phone at least 5 times a day.
A lot more than I would care to admit.
Fine, rewind.
I check my phone all the time.
I check my phone at least 5 times an hour.
The cell phone has many purposes in a teenager's life.
Text, email, and Facebook.
Emailing, calling, social media, and texting.
If I have my phone, then I can be reached at all times and I won't ever miss anything.
A lot of smartphones, since we do have a lot of smartphones and we have a lot of email connection to that, that also is a big reason why we're always on it, because it's a faster way that if a professor's going to email you and it's like a quick question, you always email them off your phone because you know that when you get that notification back, it's going to be instant.
Probably for convenience. It's just easier to have it and see if anyone's texting you or tweeting you. I'll have a Twitter.
Without fail, students admit to their addiction.
I would consider myself addicted.
Not as addicted as I sound, but I am addicted.
I would like to say that I'm trying to stop that addiction.
Find out if you're addicted to your cell phone by going on our Facebook page and taking the quiz. There have been some major housing changes for students. Sarah McNabb tells us what FSC plans for the fall.
Campus housing is about to change in a big way.
For the fall semester 2013, we have implemented quite a few changes as far as the housing is concerned. With the acquisition of the new Lake Hollingsworth apartments, it afforded the institution the opportunity to expand
I think it's ridiculous. The freshmen have nothing to look forward to. When the freshman girls were in Spivey and JR, they got to look forward to living in Nicholas and Wesley or in Publix. I really do not like that men are going into Spivey. I don't think having males in a carpeted dorm is the best idea.
The goal is to centralize freshmen so they will now reside in Spivey, JR, Nicholas, and Wesley.
But we're also trying to give first-year men some single residence hall options. We're trying to cluster students in the center of campus and make that neighborhood feel, if you will.
Besides the on-campus changes, the age to move off campus has increased from 21 to 23.
Florida Southern has always had a 4-year residency requirement of our students. Now that we've expanded our housing capacity to such an extent that we can accommodate the vast majority of students.
I know a lot of people are very upset about that. It does give the students more independence, but also with them living off campus and the independence, I feel that they're not involved as much on campus.
For News Media Projects, I'm Sarah McNabb.
Although many students don't agree with the housing changes, everyone is excited for the addition of the new Lake Hollingsworth apartments. Well, that's it for today's show. I'm Maggie Sutton. Stay tuned next semester and have a great holiday break.